Welcome to the Times Podcast.
Hi, I'm Noel Fielding from the Mighty Boosh, aka Electro Boy, and chatting to Gary Numan, aka Electro Man.
And this is the Times Podcast, you forgot.
Oh, that's the only bit I was supposed to remember. Apparently this was for some newspaper, I'm not sure. It's the Times, is it?
How do you remember a script? You can't remember the Times Podcast. That's so rubbish.
I know. Well, I can remember stuff that I write myself,
Yeah.
but other than that,
I
hopeless.
can't remember my own lyric, no.
You can't remember your own lyrics?
No, I can't remember. I'm terrible.
Really?
Yeah, 2 or 3 days before tour starts, I have them all printed out, and I have just backing tracks on my iPod, and I sit there with my iPod with no lyric, no words, because it just prompts you, doesn't it?
Yeah, the music.
And just forever stopping it and going, what is it?
Who wrote this?
Terrible. Terrible. None of my stuff rhymes, so it's much harder because you can't guess what's coming next.
I have this recurring dream where I'm on stage and I'm singing for a band and I don't know the lyrics. And they've said to me, "It's fine, you'll be all right. It's great." And I'm going, I don't know the words. I know the chorus, but and they go, "Yeah, you'll be all right." And then I'm on stage in front of loads of people and it's just really embarrassing because I don't know the words. It's really frightening and I wake up sweating.
That's real life for me.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I absolutely swear to you. It used to be a standing joke when I was touring that the people in the front, I would look at them and I don't know, and they would shout out.
They'd be prompting you.
Yeah.
Well, they always know, don't they, fans?
They're much better than I. Yeah, they're probably because they listen to the stuff.
Yeah.
You don't listen to your
own stuff that much,
your
do
own
you?
stuff, no.
Also, once you've done it and you've recorded it, it's different for you, but I guess because you have to go and tour it. But when we've recorded something on television, we don't. Once you've done it, it kind of goes out your head. You remember it for that day when you're recording, and then as soon as they've got the take, you can't remember at all what it is. And then when you watch it back, it's like watching someone else. You're going, I don't remember writing this. You know, like great jazz musicians are supposed to know a piece inside out so they can sort of circulate it, but we just actually have got really bad memories. And
But
occasionally
jazz music always sounds like lots of people playing different songs.
Yeah.
Always, and it's just all solos.
Yeah, that's the effect we go for. 2 people doing different shows at the same time. No.
Comedy jazz.
Yeah.
It's quite clever, isn't it?
It is.
4 people in the band all playing different songs at different times.
I know.
But the audience all know what it is, and they clap when
And
it
they love
starts.
it.
They go, yeah.
And they all clap at
What?
different times.
It's another solo. Yeah.
That's when you know you've got a jazz audience in. They clap in the setup for the punchline. When you do the punchline, they won't clap. They're like that. And they roll next. Jazzers. I hate jazzers. I do like some jazz, but some jazz I can't get with at all.
You ever offended anyone? When anyone got upset with you?
Yeah, Kate Moss. Because just in an interview, the NME said something a little bit sort of horrible. They said, because they were gauging how rock and roll the Boosh were. They were going, how rock and roll are you really? Because we just did this big tour, and they were going, what did you get up to? Has Kate Moss been round yet? They said, implying she's always hanging around young boys in bands. So I didn't say I didn't rise to that. Because, I'm beyond those. But Julian said something like, she's been hanging about the dressing room, trying to climb in through the windows or something. But it was clearly a joke, It was and when I saw her at Brixton Academy at the Dirty Pretty Things gig, and she sort of, it was quite funny, she was really annoyed, and it wasn't even me who had said it. I said, it wasn't me for a start, and it was only a joke, we are comedians. I don't think she really knew that we were comedians, I think she thought we were in a band or something. And she sort of summoned me over and said, come sit here, a bit like the Queen would, and I had to sit next to her. It's a bit like being told off. And I just thought, you're a supermodel, we're sort of BBC Free comedians, why would you care? So it was all right.
I remember I saw you once. Is it Jongleurs at a comedy store, one of those?
Yeah, I might have.
This is years back, before I knew about the Bush. And you were doing some bizarre stand-up. It was really funny.
My stand-up.
Half of it was brilliant, but I mean, and they kept panning around the audience, and some of them were just stony faced. Thinking, who is this?
That was
and
a
some
jazz
of them
audience.
were really going for it in a big way, and I just thought, and that's when we first saw it, because Gemma was outside somewhere, and I called her in and said, come and look at this bloke. I said, it's a bit odd, but it's really funny.
Well, it's kind of, my stand-up does make the Boosh look mainstream. It's quite weird. But, I often get half the audience wetting themselves and half of them are just going, has he started yet? Is he tuning up? What's going on? I have a little game with myself, which is to see how long I can go without doing any material. I've got half an hour once. I've got it on film. But if I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to go on and muck about. And I think I got to about 30 minutes, and at the end I was only doing half an hour. I did one joke at the end. So that was quite interesting. But you can't always do that. The trouble with that is sometimes you're brilliant, sometimes you're rubbish, and sometimes it just doesn't work at all. So I guess it's different with you because you've got all this stuff going on around you in a band, and so you have to hit certain points. You can't just totally go on and go, I'm going to have a free-for-all.
No. It's so regimented. I mean,
Yeah.
But that's half the problem, really. If your sound's bad and you start missing little cues and so on, you find that you're concentrating so hard on that, because if you miss something,
Yeah.
they're going to go. It's all going to go horribly wrong.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, of
because you're
course.
absolutely locked into this beat, that beat, and this
Yeah.
happens then, that happens then, and there's no. Not with us anyway, because it's all programmed. There's all laptops doing stuff.
And do you have
God knows
some stuff on backing track and things?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of beats and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I guess because you've got all this. It's a bit like being a sort of cyber conductor. What you're doing, because you've sort of got all this stuff you make in a room in a studio, and then you've got to go out there and recreate it. It's quite difficult, isn't it? Often,
Yeah,
we find
it
that.
gets harder as each year goes by. I mean, there are some bands, like your Franz Ferdinand's kind of
Yeah.
bands, where it's guitar, bass, drums type setup.
Yeah.
It's simpler, I would guess, to recreate that sort of thing live, because there's not as much going on in the studio with the more industrial electronic side of things, because there's a whole world going on in the studio, and then to recreate that live becomes that much more difficult.
And quite impractical and expensive, I guess. You wouldn't be able to take that many people, and there's not enough sort of space on the stage. There's loads of things, aren't there, that limit what you can do. I mind you did have a massive, you do have huge stages, don't you? So,
Well, yeah, I have done.
yeah, you had the
No.
biggest stage in England, didn't you? That's ever been in England. didn't it?
The 81 Wembley shows. At that
81.
time, I don't know about if it's been beaten since, but it was the largest moving structure
Oh, really?
in British music, yeah.
Wow.
It was cool, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it took them 5 days to build it.
Really?
Yeah, it was
my
massive.
God.
Really, really cool. And then I lost all of my money.
You don't know how.
No, can't imagine how.
It's because you built a virtual city.
Yeah, I built Numan
perform
Village
it.
inside Wembley.
It was bigger than Wembley. It's slightly an inch bigger than Wembley. It's all that thing that the Stones did with that. They had that bridge, that sort of thing that used to come out into the middle of the stage.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a sort of thing that came out. That was insane. I remember thinking that must cost quite a lot of money. And Jagger apparently is quite tight as well, so he must have got a deal. He probably made it himself. He probably looked at how much it was going to cost and went, I bet I could knock that up. Sort of image of him and Keith sort of welding something together in the middle of the night. But
Did he just fall out of a tree or something?
yeah,
He's probably getting wood. Sawing off a few more branches
he's
for the
making
stage
the
set.
next stage. It's brilliant though. How can you fall out of a tree? I love the idea that he fell out of a tree. It's incredible. But just him in a tree would be quite a startling image. I was thinking of, if I was an artist, which I thought, I know I want to do a painting exhibition at some point, but I was thinking it would be a great painting, Keith Richards in a palm tree.
Falling out of it or safely up
Just
it.
before, maybe.
Yeah, moments before.
I like the fact that he have something like, he totally did something quite bad, didn't he? I don't know if he had, did he?
He had an operation.
He had a
didn't
hemorrhage or
With his
something, didn't
brain,
he?
And he had to. Yeah.
But he just got up and carried on about his business.
I didn't notice.
No, for about 2 days. And someone went, you've had a hemorrhage, Keith. It's all coming out the back. He just put a cork in the back and went, that'll be fine, man, come on. I've got to build a bridge. And they went, Keith, there's stuff leaking out of your head. We're going to have to take you in. But apparently his girlfriend or his wife was smuggling drink into the hospital. I thought, yeah, he's still rock and roll.
Yeah, it's got it, isn't it?
He's got it. That's amazing. Have you ever toured with them? No.
No.
Have you met them at all?
My wife fell over Mick Jagger. A little
Was
while
he
ago.
crouching or something?
Yeah, I don't know what
Didn't
happened. That's
see
what she
him,
says.
it was dark. Oh, really?
I wasn't there. Yeah. Oh, I just fell over Mick Jagger. No, it was at some after show thing.
Oh, really?
A Bowie one, I think, and there
Oh,
were
really?
all those sort of people there, and
She fell over him.
yeah,
That's quite amazing, isn't
fell
it?
into his lap. Strangely
Oh,
enough,
really?
Yeah.
He has that ability to make girls fall over into
like
his
a
lap.
magnet.
He's got magnet pants on. You can buy them on the net now, magnet pants. What you have to do is slip some metal into the person you're trying to attract.
You've got
during the
Jagger
evening.
labelling.
Yeah.